So could you build like a massive amount of belt to store it?
Well, that's the question. What's the best solution here?
What's the problem you've got?
The iron plates that I'm unloading, like, are not even moving now. So further down the production chain, they're not being used properly.
Right. Oh
So,
wow, and even your storage boxes are stacking up.
Exactly. So I can't unload the iron plates that I'm making, and I'm making a lot of iron plates now.
Is that all going into a new bus?
Is it going into a new bus? No, I just piped it into the existing bus. But there's way too much.
You could extend the bus out a little bit, but that's only going to help a tiny bit. Other than that, I just chuck a load of storage boxes down and have it being taken by arms. Just to clear the line.
Taken by arms?
Or by inserters and put into like passive provider chests, and then do like a bulk storage.
What this game needs is a warehouse.
Yeah, like a bigger storage box type thing. But yeah, along that line where you're stood now, that straight bit, I would just put like 10 inserters with passive provider chests.
There's a warehouse mod. But it should be in the base game. I'm just going to have to
Whiteland, check the map. There's copper for days. What puppies is already sorted.
Unload it somewhere on it.
Just needs belting across.
Warehousing was the first mod you ever used. It doesn't make any sense to have massive production chains and no warehousing in the game. Let's see. Do we really want provider chest? Stick a bunch of boxes in the middle of the line and create a buffer. That's what I'm going to do, but this just feels wrong. We should be consuming iron like we're going out of business. Well, kind of it's a warehouse, Captain Flint. Kind of. It's like hardly anything moving anymore. It feels like we're not... Factory's not doing stuff.
I don't know. I guess we're just not building a lot of things right now. What we are building is going into science. You don't really need anything except for that.
I agree, Peter. Don't store it, use it faster, but there's only so much I can do here. We have to store it for now.
Jack?
Yeah?
Is your sulfuric acid train out of
Why has it
field.
got a flashing symbol on it?
Oh, it could be. I haven't checked on it for a while.
Yeah, I think we're maxed out on it.
Blimey. Oh, there's no roboport. Ah, that's what it means. Thanks. They're not covered by a roboport.
Yeah, your train's going down to one belt to get out of there. That's not going to unload.
Yep. Got logistic problems.
At least we've got an excess. It's always better than having not enough.
Trouble is, Tom, I can't find anywhere that's consuming it. So if you pipe it somewhere, there's nothing taking it.
Right, you're just moving it, but you're just getting it away from the start.
Yeah.
Then you could set up some buffers.
Yeah, what we really need is a central storage made of all passive provider chests, and where just everything gets stored, and then the robots just carry stuff wherever you need it.
Can you have two trains on the track? Yeah. You have to, like, do the proper train thing, signals and things. Basically, I'm making too much iron. This monster here is making too much iron. Well, yeah, I'll have to start building things to consume it at the end of the day. Watch your mother making blue belt TD time like crazy. We can make blue belts. We just need the lubricant. Three by three balancer look like. Oh god.
You know, it's typical. You get a line of laser turrets in place, and then the sprites just stop attacking. It's amazing, isn't it?
It's as if they know.
Yes.
Recon bugs.
Yeah, well, the trouble with upgrading the belts is that you end up moving things faster than the thing that you made can produce it, because it was built for a yellow belt.
Yeah, it's not going to get past the first 5 chests until those fill up.
Doesn't look like it. Those stack inserters are pretty nifty.
Unloaded that train yet, Paul?
Say again?
Unloaded that train yet, Paul?
All my trains are reloaded with fuel.
Wrong direction indeed. Getting tired, Captain Flint. Brain's not working. I mean, this is just a temporary fix. It's not a long-term solution. We're still going to have loads of iron. We've got to take it somewhere. Where's landfill?
So I'm thinking we've split the copper so many times here. Maybe we should join these 2 coppers.
It looks like we're consuming more copper than iron, which is wrong. I mean, look at the copper coming in from the east. One of the belts, no, in fact, none of the belts are moving. Like, none of the copper is moving coming from the east. And yet on the west, we've got no copper. Is that what you're doing there, White? Are you piping that over? Looks like he's bringing it over here.
Aye, 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 aye.
Happy anniversary, Nutter.
Steel plates does not even get to last factory's first one, takes all the plates.
Well, I know it's not the biggest issue right now, but I have limited concrete online.
Cool. Casper, thank you for 2 months. SMD Security 9-hour stream hype. Dude, my brain's just frazzled. Thank you for the bit. Thank you for 22 months, large one. That's not that what I want, is it? Upgraded the wrong ones. these accounts. We get the bot to this. Upgrade planner. How do you bring up the upgrade window? Upgrade. How do you bring up the window where you do the upgrades? Put it in inventory, then click it. Why do you have to do that? It makes no sense. Blue to that. Why is that not doing anything? I have personal bots. I have stack inserters in my backpack. I've marked them for upgrade. Why is it not doing it? You need to drag over it again.
Welcome back, Nutter.
That should work, shouldn't it? Apple dude, welcome back.
Welcome back, Nutter.
That's nuts. Where's all the stuff going? In boxes. Into the warehouse. Damn Bobberman, welcome back. That's just about feeding it quick enough. Off it goes. You need to drag it over the one you just set up, not a new one. I thought I'd done it right. Why is that in my backpack? It's weird. Right, let's see if we can start using some iron then. You have no robots in your inventory. I don't know. Are you supposed to have them in your inventory? Did they not just come in with the pack that you put on your back? this thing. So you've got to carry them round. Well, that would explain it. For the personal robot, you need the robots in your inventory. Ah. Right, well that would explain it then. Right, I need to work out where we're getting lubricant from. Whereabouts do we make lubricant?
I don't know that we
I'm
are.
not
Are we?
sure if we do.
Okay.
It would have to be off of the oil somewhere in one of the chemical plants.
Off the heavy oil.
There's the heavy oil. I don't think we're making it. Well, here's the crude oil here. That's just cracking things. Lubricant's made from heavy oil directly. Is that the input? Pump.
You want to be above the train that's above the oil. You've got a whole bunch of refineries up there that crack it down to its 3 primary ingredients, and then above that is all of the individual actual, like, different things that are being made from it.
But lubricant you make from the heavy oil, don't you? So I need
Yeah,
to
so
tap into the heavy oil. And we haven't got any.
yeah, it's above the refineries.
Yeah, but we haven't got any. It's all being used somewhere.
Yeah, you can just split another pipe off. There's like 8 or 12 refineries, storage tanks for it.
Yep, and they're all empty. So I can take off that, but obviously we're not making enough, is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I think all of the oil-based stuff is being made at a lower level, but it slowly builds up over time. But a lot of the heavy, because the heavy hasn't been used for anything else, it's been kind of useless up to this point, so the heavy gets turned into light, which then gets turned into other things like petroleum. Yeah. So you can always change one of those refineries, because the advanced oil processing makes more light and petroleum than it does heavy. So you could swap one of those back to standard oil processing, and then that makes an equal amount of heavy as well.
We are making lubricant. We're shunting it into the engine machines.
Oh, okay, there you go.
We're not storing it, though.
Well, take a pipe off and put it into a storage tank, or do what you want with it?
Yeah, I think I'll store a bit. They're going to completely redo fluid handling, aren't they? That's what they said.
Well, if you need any land, let me know. I've got a little bit of landfill building up now. Again, it's only a limited amount, but it's getting there.
They're redoing the back end of fluid handling.
Happy anniversary, Nutter.
Yeah, the whole fluid handling thing is a bit weird in places. Anyway, so the problem is I need to get lubricant all the way to the... Which I really don't fancy doing. Just so that I can make blue things here. Or I could tap into some more... Could tap into some iron and circuits. And build it up here somewhere. It's getting lubricant from here to that side of the map. It's going to be a real pain. Barrel the lube up and let the robots move the lube. Okay, that's interesting. I've never done that before. So how do we set that up then? How do we tell it to barrel it up? Because that sounds like a good way forward. Do we have to make barrels or something? Steel plates. Crack barrels in crafters, then barrel it in crafters. Barreling is too complicated in my opinion. Okay, so let's say I make barrels, put it in a provided chest. Put a consumer... How do I basically barrel it in here? Do I have to put like a manufacturer here? And take barrels and lubricants and build it somehow? Like if I put one of these down. How do I make barrel something? Oh, there we go. 1 barrel, 50 lubricants. Okay. So how do you feed lubricant straight into the machine? Is that connected?
Middle, you've got it pointed towards the north at the moment.
Oh yeah, it's got an import on it.
Yep.
Sneaky. Oh, the real annoying thing about that is you don't get a choice of where that is. Can you rotate it now? Ah, there we go. That's cool. So then if we get a... God, I'm learning things about the game. If we get a...
Welcome back, Nutter.
what's it called? A requester chest. Stick that here. And then get a provider chest on the other side. Slap some power down. So now I just need to manufacture barrels. So I tell this to... Where's barrel gone? Oh, God. Empty barrel. I don't know, request loads of them. Request 1,000. Can that thing hold 1,000? Arms the wrong way. No, it's not. That's right, isn't it? You need to unbarrel setup on the other end. What? I just need to manufacture barrels now, don't I? I don't see what's wrong with this. Now I need to find some steel that we can nick. Actually, I think we'll make them over here somewhere. Oh, you have to unbarrel at the other end. Ah, that's interesting. Okay, I need to work out how to do that in a minute.
Surprised you didn't just go with underground pipe on that.
It's like all the way across. It's like, no. There's just no room to pipe that over. It's ridiculous. I mean, I could. But let's go down this road because it's fun.
That's fair enough.
People are saying it's too much faff, so we'll see.
I think it's too much fun.
You
It's
could be
not
right.
something I've ever done before, so it's it's always worth giving it a go for the first time.
Exactly. It is fast because you got to like package it all up and then unpackage it at the other side.
Yeah, it's not something I've even seen done before. So it'll be an interesting watch.
Let's do it. You won't need 1,000 barrels. What's this for? Oh, that was... Yeah, that's where you're supposed to... one sec. That's where you're supposed to pipe it in. I won't build that.
Well, the laser turrets are doing their jobs. They haven't touched the wall in a while, have they?
Pew pew.
No, these are more like you will die, Mr. Bond type lasers. Constant rather than pew pew.
It can't be because Mr. Bond never dies.
It's no, Mr. Bond. Or do you expect me to talk? No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die.
So I've researched artillery now. I'm thinking a few artillery emplacements to get some of those bases that are just outside the walls.
Oh, there goes a barrel. Flying barrel. Look at this. This is so awesome. Whee! I love this game. Only on Factorio for barrel creation is enough. What do you mean? We don't need that many barrels, do we? Right then. So now we need to have the opposite, which is the unbarreling side of things.
Happy anniversary, Nutter.
Empty lubricant barrel. Yeah? And then... I need some barrel. I need some pipes.
Attack north.
My inventory's getting way too big.
Wow, they didn't even get close to the wall.
Do you see what I mean? It's just... I'm just building out the robo ports in this east section and down beside the copper, and then hopefully we'll have lasers on all the walls.
That is really leveling them up fast, though.
So now we need a requester chest. And this needs to request barrels of lube. 500 barrels of lube. And now we wait. You might need a storage tank. That's actually a good idea. It's actually a good idea. I'm going to spin this around. Oops. We'll do that instead. You also need a provided chest for empty barrels. Oh. Does it recycle the barrels? No, I didn't know that. What, it just empties them and... Wow. Stuff I never knew. Look at that. Look at... That's amazing. And we have lubricant. It's not that complicated. That's actually quite cool. I like it. We don't need so many barrels in, do we? Because they just get recycled massively. That's just too cool for school, that is. Look at that. So we've got lubricant coming in here now. So this is going to be those things, I think. Which needs that, needs to rotate it around. Look, this is genius. Okay, why can't we make those? Where's the blue underground? You can stop producing, you've got enough already. Well, we might need some for other things. Can we not make blue underground yet? Do I need a dip? Wait, that's the wrong kind of machine, isn't it? Red circuit. Oh boy.
I actually didn't hook a green up because there was no steady green source coming here.
How was this thing supposed to get red circuits? Have we got red circuits and a provider? We have, haven't we?
Yep.
Request, should do it, hopefully. Beautiful. That wasn't too hard, actually, was it? We've already moved 5k of lubricant into these tanks remotely across the factory. That's pretty cool. Can't get enough barrels, though. Have you seen how quick it unpacks the barrel of lubricant? Like, it arrives and it's... That's pretty slow to make those things. Are they actually getting used? Let's go have a look at where the lubricant's being packaged. Oh, in come the circuits. This is so good. So much fun.
Welcome back, Nutter.
Lubricant.
Have you got that set up so that every time a barrel gets unpacked, it then goes back into the thing to be sent out to be refilled?
Yeah, so what happens is a barrel of lubricant comes into the machine and it basically unpacks it. It chucks the lubricant down the pipe, which goes into the storage tank, and the barrel, the empty barrel, then goes straight out into the box, which can then be reused.
That's awesome.
It's so cool.
That really is. See, we can be green. Recycling is what we're good at. Sometimes.
That's just struggling for lubricant now. Yeah, we're not making enough lubricant now.
We'll always be low on something. If it's not one thing, it'll be another.
Look, the empty barrels just come. I just love this. This is too much fun. Get bot speed upgrades. I tell you what we
Has
could do.
anybody built a rocket silo yet, or we're not interested right now?
Researching soon.
Heavy oil, none of. Yeah, it's heavy oil we're short on. How do we make more heavy oil?
Like I said, if you change one of those refineries, because all the refineries are on advanced oil processing, which means that they do more light oil and more petroleum and much less heavy. If you put them on standard oil refining, then they'll do a basically equal amount of heavy and light and petroleum, and you get more heavy out of it.
Okay, but does it change the outputs? Because sometimes it does, doesn't it, when you do that?
As far as I'm aware, it shouldn't do.
It depends on what you're changing.
Well, with the refineries, if you're just going from advanced back to normal oil processing, you should be fine.
So it's currently on advanced and we want to move it to normal.
Yeah.
Just can't mix fluids. I think it must be about to... It's so annoying.
It probably just means that it wants a different input somewhere then. So if you...
Yeah, it's the water. The water, you shouldn't have the water for standard input.
Right, yeah.
Just can't mix fluids. Let's remove that. Thinking we make another one of these. Don't forget to upgrade the belt gear makers to ASM2 and stack inserters. The belt gear makers. Yeah. For the speed, you mean?
Yeah, the other ones are doing heavy is 10, 45, 55. And the single's doing 30, 30, 40, which is orange and yellow are both 30, 30. Petroleum 40. We do have a lot of crude, so we can put more. Could use more refineries if we want.
Yeah, you've got good space for refineries there, haven't you?
I'm just going to put one down for now. There we go. Make a bit more of that. So that should make more of the heavy oil, which should make more lubricant because that's what it needs. We don't seem to tank the heavy oil anywhere at all. Did we stop building barrels? I put a limit on them. It's not enough heavy oil. Just consuming it and done. How do we see how much of the like light, heavy and crude and everything we've got? Gas? Because I know that when one's full it stops making everything, doesn't it?
Yeah, if you click on the refinery itself, then you can move your cursor up on the three things.
Yeah, we're capped out on gas. Yeah, we're not making the other stuff because gas is not being used. Well, the tank is full.